The walls of Jerusalem stood firm. The gates were secured. The covenant had been made. For a moment, it seemed that everything was in order, both the city and the hearts of its people. Under the leadership of Nehemiah and the teaching of Ezra, the nation had experienced renewal, but time has a way of testing devotion. Nehemiah returned for a season to the court of Artaxerxes. During his absence, something troubling began to unfold. The habits of the people slowly drifted. The laws they had promised to keep were neglected. The purity they had embraced began to fade. When Nehemiah returned to Jerusalem, he expected to find a people walking faithfully in the covenant. Instead, he found compromise. A foreign official, Tobiah, an enemy of the rebuilding, had been given a room within the temple courts. This was not just an administrative error, it was a spiritual violation. I was furious and threw out all of Tobiah's belongings. Then I ordered the room to be ritually purified, and I had the equipment for God's temple returned there. Nehemiah soon discovered another failure. The Levites, those responsible for leading worship, had not been supported. The people had neglected their offerings, forcing the Levites to abandon their duties and return to their fields. Nehemiah confronted the leaders. Why is the temple neglected? He gathered the Levites back and ensured provisions were restored. Then all the people of Judah brought their offerings and stored them in the temple storerooms. Nehemiah saw people working on the Sabbath, harvesting grain, trading goods, and treating the holy day like any other. Merchants from surrounding regions brought their goods into Jerusalem, turning the sacred day into a marketplace. Nehemiah confronted them sharply. What is this evil thing you are doing, profaning the Sabbath? He ordered the city gates to be shut before the Sabbath began. No goods would enter, no trading would take place. When merchants tried to linger outside the walls, warned them, if you do it again, I will use force on you. After that, they stayed away. The Sabbath was restored as a day of rest, reverence, and holiness. Yet the deepest issue remained moral purity. Nehemiah observed that many people had married foreigners who did not share their faith. Their children spoke foreign languages and did not even know the language of Judah. They were losing their connection to God. Nehemiah responded with intensity. He reminded them of King Solomon. Foreign women led even him into sin. If the wisest king could fall, so cooled. This was a threat to the entire spiritual future of the nation. Even among the priests, corruption had taken root. One of the high priest's own family had formed dangerous alliances. Nehemiah took decisive action. I drove him away from me. The priesthood had to be purified. Leadership had to be restored. Nehemiah reorganized everything. The duties of the priests, the responsibilities of the Levites, and the offerings required for worship. He understood that lasting reform requires structure. Habits must be shaped. Systems must support obedience. After all the corrections, Nehemiah did something deeply human. He prayed, "Remember me, O my God, and show me mercy." He did not seek praise. He simply asked God to see his heart. Success did not depend on him, but on God's grace. The story of the reform reveals a powerful truth. Even after revival, drift can still happen. Hearts can grow careless. Nehemiah's story reminds us, faith must be guarded. Obedience must be practiced. Purity must be protected, because a strong wall cannot protect a weak heart, and a restored city cannot stand without righteous people. Yet, even in correction, there is hope, for God is merciful. Every time his people return to him, reform is possible again. If you liked this story, please like and subscribe for more deep Bible stories. May God bless you. Shalom, shalom.